Today you're going to do session 5, which is titled Understanding Our Community Heritage as a Foundation for Our Future. Where we were, where we are, and where are we going? I think you'll find this session very interesting and very enlightening as you listen to a historian, which hopefully you have invited in to talk to you today. This historian is going to tell you about the history of your community from a century ago to maybe 50 years ago, and to maybe even up to what it looks like today. But what you're going to learn is probably going to be quite interesting, and maybe some new facts that you didn't know about might come to light. For instance, you might have had a gold mine here at some time. You may have had some kind of a bottling industry or a flower industry. You might have had a health spa at some time. What we're finding as we go to the communities is that there is always something interesting and remarkable about the community itself, and you need to know that. And as you're listening to the historian, we also want you to try to think about what the values are that you can see from what is being discussed today. Are your values in the community ag-based, very hardworking, very industrious? Is there a strong religious factor in the community? Is it a very artistic community? What were the values that the community was founded on? And are those values still there today? I think you'll find that many of them still are. There are some questions that you'll want to ask the historian as they are speaking, and in the template today, we're sending you to a place in the ESI workbook to look at questions that you should be finding the answers to as you have someone in the room with you today. So be sure and review those questions before you start. But once you have learned about the history and thought about what the values are and how this community was founded and what's there, what was there, what is there, and what can you do to help the future with this, we want you to start an exercise that talks about what are the values that I heard? What are the values in my community? And what do I personally value about this community? I want you to jot those down in the worksheet that's provided for you. So you'll take a little bit of time to do that, the values exercise. And then once you're done with that, you're going to start with another analysis that is called SPOT. And SPOT stands for Strengths, Problems, Opportunities, and Threats. And with that SPOT analysis, you're going to think about your community in a new light. What are the strengths of our communities? Yes, what are those values? Those are strengths. What other strengths do we have as a community? What kind of problems do we have here? Can you identify any problems that you have in your local community? What are the opportunities that you have here for your new business venture or any kind of opportunities that are available to young and older people? What kind of threats are here? Are there any threats in the community that maybe would stop you from putting your venture into place? So you're going to do this SPOT analysis. Now at the end of the day, we're going to send you home with a take-home assignment called Photo Voice. We're going to ask you to take photos of different things within the community as you look around that would represent perhaps a strength, a problem, an opportunity, or a threat that would tie into that SPOT analysis that you did during this session. We want you to gather those photos into some kind of structure, either a poster board, or maybe you'll put the photos in a display, a slideshow, a PowerPoint, and we're going to have you report in on what you learned next time. I think it'll be interesting to see what the adults come in with videos or photos versus what the youth come in with. So be ready to show those at the beginning of session 6.